Joined now by Craig Duncan from Microsoft. Very exciting stuff. Craig, Rare Replay, 30 hit games, one epic collection. I was at the conference, the room went crazy. I think nobody expected it for a start, but then once you announced it, it seemed like the most normal thing in the world. It was like, of course, you're going to get all the Rare games and put them together. But it was brief, I must admit. I'd love to know more. So all I know is we're talking about 30 games on one disc.
Rare's been around for 30 years as a studio, which is pretty unrivaled. What this is, we decided a year ago, it's our 30th anniversary, let's put a collection together that really talks about Rare's heritage, celebrates our 30 years, and really gives people an unveiling of 30 years of the games industry. Rare's been making games since the 80s.
But what I love about this whole idea is the fact that you've not just got a bunch of games and shoved them on a disc for people just to access. You've tied the games in to a whole package. It's a whole experience from start to finish, isn't it?
Absolutely, and everything in there is really about celebrating Rare's heritage and celebrating the iconic characters and great worlds and innovative games. Rare has redefined games. Time and time again over that 30-year legacy. We wanted to celebrate that. There's documentary footage with developers talking about the game's origin stories, there's snapshots, there's extras, there's Easter eggs. This thing is so crammed full of content, and $30 in the US, £20 in the UK, and you have a 30-year gaming history lesson on your Xbox One.
And also, there's a great way to explore all these different games.
Absolutely.
The package encourages you to try different games. It unlocks new games, new avenues, that kind of thing. And you get like a stamp, is that right? You can stamp different achievements.
I can take you through here. So we have a game gallery here, which has all the games. So I can jump into this. Gives me the games in chronological order. Battletoads was the last game I played, so showing that, giving the year it released, and then working back, you can go right back to games, right back to Jetpack, which is 1983. Released originally on the ZX Spectrum, a game, Rare wasn't even called Rare then, it was called Ultimate Play the Game. And you can go and experience these right up to the Xbox 360 games like Viva Pinata, Jetpack Fuel, Perfect Dark Zero, Cameo,
of course,
which are all massive games, and everyone has a Rare game that's their favourite. Everyone has a Rare game that they love.
Mine's the original Perfect Dark, by the way. Do you know what? I read a feature on Perfect Dark just recently in a magazine that I really love, and I was thinking I need to play that game again. Came to E3, went to the conference. It's here. I love it.
So we launched Perfect Dark, we go in, what you'll see is everything lovingly created. So you see a bit of footage there if you're not familiar with Perfect Dark, a little bit of a description. I can go through, I can look at my options, it tells me what the control config is. We got 30 games, they all controlled a little bit different, and I can go in and play.
What I think is really interesting is we're at a time now, aren't we, within the video game industry where there is all that nostalgia and heritage now. Like you said, Rare's been around for 30 years. There's a lot of love for the company. That's quite rare in the video game industry. They've got so much history. It's unbelievable.
It's exactly that, and I think as an industry we don't do a great job. So I can go and listen to a music track by Zeppelin that's 30 years old, or I can go and watch a movie that's 30 years old, and that's all readily accessible. When we transition generations of consoles or computers, history kind of gets lost. So we really, we went through all the archives and we really wanted to celebrate what 30 years of gaming really was, and we don't do that as an industry enough.
It's kind of a history lesson too, isn't it? Somebody who's not familiar with Rare, maybe that's quite a young gamer, they're going to see your games from start to finish, they're going to see them evolve as well. It's really, really interesting.
And there's things in early Rare games that genuinely, like we've recreated them all in the way they were originally made, and there's things in those early Rare games that have changed the way games are. Perfect Dark influenced future shooters. Like you think of things like Halo and Call of Duty, and Perfect Dark was doing things ahead of those franchises even existed.
Great. Well, I've got to say, a conference like E3 where it's all about looking to the future, it's also really nice to see something that actually taps into the past.
That's cool.
I think it's really exciting, and I can't wait to get my hands on it.
Great stuff.
Thank you.
Cool, thank you.
Cheers. Thanks a lot.
Cheers.